grade 12 learners. Welcome to today's exciting session of mathematical literacy. My name is Nikki Wezulu, and this lesson is brought to you by the Gauteng Department of Education in collaboration with the Saibono Discovery Center. Girls and boys, all roads leads to the final examination, and we are still continuing with our revision lessons, and today's focus is on the topic of maps, plans, and other representations of the physical world, the same topic that we were doing last week, just that now today we are moving over to a section of plans and elevations. The objectives for today's lesson: at the end of this lesson, you should be able to describe the position of an object in relation to its surrounding objects. You should be able to find the location. You should be able to follow the directions and develop the directions for traveling between two or more places. You should be able to work with the types of maps or plan. For example, the transport map, a map showing the sitting plan, map showing the layout of the stores in a shopping center, and lastly, a map showing the layout of a building. Before we even go to our content for today, it is very, very important that you familiarize yourself with the terminology, because the terminologies are also examinable. So the examiner can ask you to explain what is a floor plan. They can ask you to explain what is an elevation plan, or they can ask you the difference between a floor and elevation plan. So this question must find you ready. It is actually one of the examiner's favorite question to ask. So what is a floor plan? It is a two-dimensional view of a building or a structure from above, excluding the roof of a building. It provides information regarding the size and shape of each room, together with the position of exterior and the interior walls, doors, and windows. So in simpler words, we can say a floor plan, it is a view of a building from the top without the roof. I think if you explain it like that, you would have closed it. Whereas when you talk about an elevation plan, it focuses on the outside part of a building. Remember, a floor plan, it focuses on the top view without the roof, whereas an elevation plan, it focuses on the outside of a building. That is where we have the different types of elevation. We have the side elevations, we've got the front elevation, which is what you will see as you are looking at me. This is my front elevation. And then we have the back elevation, which is a view that focuses on the back. And then in this section, we are also going to be looking at the layout and the sitting plans, which is a representation of smaller areas. An example would be a cinema sitting plan. Another example that you guys are very familiar with, it is your sitting plan in your exam venue. That is an example of a layout plan. Or a sports stadium layout, stores in a shopping center, and etc. And then, because we'll be talking about maps, as per our lesson objectives, we will be expected to give the general direction from one place to the other. We'll also be expected to explain the directions for someone that is moving from point A to point B. So guys, you should know the compass direction that we in Mathslit, we actually have the four cardinal points, the four main cardinal points, and then we extend it with this extra four, but these are the only cardinal points that we work with in Mathslit. And then you must understand that you guys are in grade 12. So in grade 12, you cannot expect to be given a completed compass direction like that. Sometimes they'll just give you an arrow facing up, and then they'll say this is north. You must know that if this is facing north, you should be able to complete it to say if this is north, then this would be what? East, then this would be south, then this would be west. So what do you do to help you remember? With me, what I say, I always sing, never, ever smoke weed. And if you know that you must never ever smoke weed, it helps you remember where N must be positioned, where East must be positioned, West and South. And in other instances, you will find an arrow pointing that side and they say this is the North. When that is the North, you don't panic. You continue with it as it is. You say, all right, this is never ever smoke weed. And then you work with the compass direction as it is. You don't say no, it's a mistake, N must face up. It's not always the case where N will be facing up. So you work with the N that is given to you, and then you know that this is southeast, this is southwest, this is northwest, and then lastly, this is northeast. And this is the compass direction that you will be working with. So when do you use the compass direction? As soon as the question says, give the general direction, the keyword general, then you must think general, compass. When it says general, then you know that you must use the compass direction. But if they say explain the direction, then that is where now you need to explain that from this room, you must go to the door. At the door, you must turn left or you must turn right and continue on the passage. That is how you must give the direction. And you will also be guided by the mark allocation, because for general direction, the marks allocated will only be 2 marks. Whereas when you have to explain the direction moving from one place to another, that one normally carries quite a lot of marks. It would be around 4 marks, 5 marks, or even 6 marks, depending on the direction that you are giving for that particular question. So when you give the directions, you need to write your directions in a way that you write them in a point format. Don't write as if you're writing an essay. It's not nice marking such questions. So when you write nicely in a point format. And when you give the directions, the most important thing, number 1, you must always mention the point of departure. That from where the person is, they must go left or they must turn right. And then if there are street names, always mention the street names. Very important. And then you must mention your left and your right. Always. Very, very important again. And if there are any landmarks, if there is a church, you mention it. If there is a police station, you mention it. If there is a town that a person will pass, you mention the town. And you must mention if it is on your left or it is on your right. You can use your north, south, east, and west if you want, but the safest ones to use, I think it would be your left and your right. And remember, you mention your important landmarks that you see there. And then lastly, you must always mention the point of arrival, that you have arrived at your destination, or your destination will be on your left. And then sometimes the examiner will give you the instructions. You will be expected to follow a set of given instructions. So when that is the case, you must use your pen, as they're giving you instructions that from this place, and they'll say maybe from the bedroom, this person went to the dorm, and then they passed behind the couch in the living room, and then they went to that other door. Where did they go? It means they left the house. So as you are giving following instructions, you must draw on your map. Use your blue pen, because the question paper is black and white. So if you're using your blue pen, it will be very clear. Because if you don't follow the directions using a pen, you might get lost along the way. So to be safe, you follow the given directions using your pen, and you know when you arrive at that place, then the question will be, where was the person going? Then you'll know that, oh, the person was actually going out of the house. So those are 3 types of questions that can be asked in terms of directions. The first one, you can be asked the general direction. The second question, you can be asked to explain the directions when moving from one place to another. And the third question, you will be given a set of instructions that you have to follow, and then you just have to mention the place of arrival. So for general direction, it is 2 marks. When you have to explain the direction, it is more marks. It could be 3, it could be 4, it could be 5 marks. And then when you are given a set of instructions to follow, that one is normally for 2 marks. Now that we've discussed the expectations and the exam tips for this particular section, I think now we can go to the possible exam questions, so that we can see how these questions are asked in the exam as we are preparing for our final exams. So we have our question 1 that is extracted from a previous question paper. They say Sakile has enrolled at the University of Johannesburg and is renting a bachelor flat in Johannesburg. Use the floor plan of Sakile's flat alongside and answer the questions that follow. So here is the floor plan. This is the floor plan of Sakile's bachelor flat. What I'm noting here is that this floor plan has a scale, and the type of scale that is given there, it is a number scale. So you must just note that we haven't answered the questions yet. We are analyzing, because one, they can ask us to identify the scale, or they can ask us to explain the meaning of that given scale. So let's analyze our information. So looking at this bachelor flat, it has one bedroom. Of course, it has one bedroom. It's a bachelor flat. There is a mechanical room. There is a deck or patio. There is a living area. There is the kitchen there. And then there is a walk-in closet. It means this is the walk-in closet. And then here we have what we have. We have the bathroom. And then there are no keys for this particular plan. But I think by now we know that this symbolizes a door. And then this that we see here, it symbolizes a window. And what I'm seeing here, I'm already seeing that the bathroom, there is no window at the bathroom, which is a point of concern, that what kind of bathroom does not have a window. But it's fine. And then they say the area of the bachelor flat, it is 322,36 square feet. So the dimensions of the bachelor flat are given in imperial units. And then we must note that 100 centimeters squared is equivalent to 0.107639 square feet. So that is the conversion factor that we are going to use. 1.1. We must write down the number of doors which open into the living area and kitchen. Where is the living area? This is the living area, and this is the kitchen. What are we looking for? We want the number of doors which open into these two places. So the first door, this one, it opens into the living area, and then this one, it also opens into the living area. What about this one? It opens into the living area. This one, it opens into the bedroom. So how many doors opens into the living area and the kitchen? It's 1, 2, and 3. So when you write your answer, you will say it is 3 doors. 1.2, use the given scale. Where is the scale? This is the scale. Use the given scale to calculate the actual length of the bedroom, including the mechanical room. So what we have here, this is the bedroom. The length, it will obviously be the longer side. So from here, they say including the mechanical room, then it means up to here. So what you do, you are going to measure using your ruler. And when we measure using our ruler, girls and boys, we can measure either using centimeters or we can measure using millimeters. Because remember, they want us to calculate what? The actual length. But for us to get the actual length, we must first have the map length, so that we can use the map length to help us find the actual length. But what are we given? We are given the scale. So the scale is 1 is to 100. So we know that when we write the scale, it is always the map distance is to the actual distance. So take your ruler and do the measurement. When I measure with my ruler, I'm not sure about your ruler, I got 7 centimeters. I got 7 centimeters because it is on the plan. It is on the map. So 7 centimeters is equals to, we want what we want then, the actual length. So from here we will cross multiply. Therefore 1 multiplied by actual length, I will have actual length is equals to 7 centimeters multiplied by 100. Therefore our length is equals to 7 multiplied by 100. It is 700 centimeters. But they didn't mention the units, whether they want the dimensions in centimeters or in meters. But we know that when you're writing the dimensions of the house, most of the time we talk about meters. So if you want to convert from from centimeters to meters, we are obviously going to divide, and then we divide by how much? By 100. So now the actual length, the total is actually how much? It is 7. It is 7 what? 7 meters. So that is the length of the bedroom, including the mechanical room. It is 7 meters. So there is no way, guys, that you're going to write your paper 2 and there is no question that requires you to do the calculations based on the scale. And then number 3, which is our 1.3, convert the area of the bachelor flat to square meters. Remember, they gave us our dimensions of the flat. They gave us the dimensions that the area of the bachelor flat. I'm gonna write it down. I hope you guys are also writing it down so that we can work it out together. It is 322,36. My pen is failing me. It is 322,6. 322,36. Please write it down as well. 322,36. That is square feet. And then they also give us the conversion factor. Guys, with the imperial and the metric, we are not expected to know the conversion factor by heart. So what you need to do here, we need to work with the conversion factor that is given to us. The conversion factor that they gave us is that 100 square centimeters is equivalent to 0,107639. So that is the conversion factor that they gave us. That the 100 centimeters squared is equals to 0,107639 square feet. And what do we have? We have the feet, and our feet is what? It is 322,36 feet, and then it is what it is? It is squared. So what are we looking for? We are looking for our square meters. We want the area in square meters. So I'm just gonna say this is the area. So from there we are going to do the cross multiplication. I will say area multiplied by 0,107639 feet equals to, it will be 100 multiplied by 322,36 feet. And then let's take out our calculators and say 100 multiplied by that. I'm getting area multiplied by 0,1076. I hope you guys can still follow. 39 equals to, this multiplied by 100 is 322,336. But we want the area. So what we need to do, we must divide by the 0,107639. And what we do this side, we must also do on the other side. 0,107639. This is 1. Don't mistake it to be a 7. And then, guys, you are more than allowed to use your calculator. In fact, we encourage you to use your calculators all the time. So we are going to punch in to say 322,36, divide that by 0,107639. And what is the answer? This and that, they cancel, remember. So we have our area. Area is equals to 299,482,5296. But remember now, this is in what? This is in centimeters squared. But what was the instruction? The instruction, they wanted us to find the answer in what? In square meters. And we know when we convert from centimeter to what? To meter, what do? We divide by 100. But in this case, we are converting to centimeter squared to what? To meter squared. So what we are going to do, we are still going to divide by 100, but this case, our 100 is going to be what is going to be? It's going to be squared. So let's divide by 100 squared. 100 squared is about, it's 10,000 if I'm not mistaken. 100 squared, it is indeed 10,000. So now let's do the maths. We'll say 299,482, 5296 divided by 10,000. The answer is, so our total area would be 29.95 meter squared. That is the total area of that bachelor flat. It is quite spacing. Guys, I hope you are able to follow, because these are the questions that you must expect in the exam. These are your higher order type of question, and this is a level 3 type of question. 1.4, Sakile states that he likes an open plan flat. Does this bachelor flat qualify as an open plan flat? Give a reason for your answer. I think we need to go back and understand what is meant by open plan. When you talk about an open plan, we are referring to a place whereby when you are in the kitchen, you are able to see the living room, you are able to see the dining room. Like there are no walls that are dividing the living room, the kitchen, and the sitting room. So in the dining room. So in this case, we have the living room, we have the kitchen, and there are no walls. When we are in the kitchen, you are able to talk to the person that is in the living area. When you are in the kitchen, you are able to watch the television in the living area, even though you guys are into different rooms. So because of that, this flat qualifies as an open plan. And it qualifies as an open plan because there are no walls between the living area and the kitchen. So that is how you will answer this question. Your reason is that there is no wall that is dividing the living area and the kitchen. And then now we are going to the layout and the elevation plans for a clinic. So remember, I said a floor plan, it shows you the top view of a building without a roof. So you are able to see everything that is happening inside. Whereas an elevation plan now, it is a plan that focuses on the outside of a building. Like you see this one, it has an elevation view A, there's view B, there's view C, there is view D. So in simpler words, this is where we can say the one is the front view, the one is the back view, and then we have the side view. So this one, we are not sure, but we can say this is the front view, this is the back view, and then this is the side view. Instead of using the side, instead of using the front, the back, you can use the north view, the south view, the east view, then the western view. But you can only use those if you are given a compass direction. If you are not given a compass direction, you cannot decide on your own that this is my north elevation, this is my west elevation. Your north, your west must be based on the compass direction that is given to you. Now, this is a possible exam question. They say the layout and elevation plans of a clinic is shown below. So this is the layout, which is also known as a floor plan. And then this one, it is the elevation of that particular clinic. Now, when we go to the questions, they say use the following information. 1 foot is equivalent to 0.3048 meters. 1 inch is equivalent to 2.54 centimeters. And then they say if you have a 50 with a dot on top, this actually means that it is 50 feet. And then if you have a 10 with the 2 dots on top, this represents 10 inches. So what you need to know, guys, that this type of conversion here, as you can see the dimensions of our floor plan, they are in the imperial system. When it comes to the imperial conversions, what you must remember is that you will always be given the conversion factor. The examiner will never expect you to conduct conversions from imperial to metric without giving you the conversion factor. So this one, rest assured, help will always be there for you. So the question is, if the outer door of the waiting room, where is the waiting room again? Let's look. Here is the waiting room. Where is the outer door that they are referring to? This is the outer door that they are referring to. So if the outer door of the waiting room is facing north, so they're giving us a clue now. Okay, this is north. And then remember, you must never ever smoke weed. So it means this is how our compass is positioned. So if the outer door of the waiting room is facing north, determine the direction the window of the break room is facing. Where is the break room? This is the break room. Where is the window? Here is the window. So if you're going to take that compass direction and you bring it here, you say this is what this is. Never ever smoke weed. So where is the window? The window is this side. This is your window. Remember, this is the symbol for windows. So where is the window of the break room facing? It is facing west. Or another person that is lazy to write, they will just say W. And in a Meslit language, we know that W means west. And then 2.2, the width of the clinic is 29 feet and 10 inches. Now you need to convert the width to what? To meters. Remember what I said is that you will always be given the conversion factors. So with this one again, at the beginning of this question, there are conversion factors that are given to you. So I've been doing a lot of talking, girls and boys. I am going to give you guys 2 minutes to do this one. And then after you've done this one, then you will discuss the solution with my co-presenter. As this afternoon, I'm not alone. I have my colleague, Josephine Chia, that is going to continue with you guys from where I left off. I hope you've enjoyed the first part of the lesson. So let's take this 2 minutes break for you guys to work out the calculation here. And then as soon as you are ready, we will come back and then we'll discuss the solution.
Hello, grade 12 learners. My name is Metalagia. I'm the co-presenter with Nikiwe Zulu. My colleague, thank you very much for holding the thought down for me while I was on my way. But boys and girls, as she has indicated, we are now on the final lap and then we are busy with the plans now. Layout and elevation plan. She has already explained to you what is the layout and what is the elevation plan. What do we see on that one? So without any waste of time, let us now continue with our question. Our question now is on 2.2. But before I can even go to 2.2, let us quickly go back and see what is required there, what information is given. Remember now, for us to be able to do this, we need to, just for a second, boys and girls, you know, sometimes technology, it does things for you. Now, looking at this, she has already explained to you the layout of the clinic and the elevation plan, what we can see inside the clinic without seeing the walls. Remember now, the elevation plan, we only focus at the top. We see the plan of the clinic inside, but from where? From the top. We see the dividing walls and so on without the roof. That is our elevation plan. Now, boys and girls, what is given here? We have this information given. Just a minute. Oh, I wonder now, technology is giving me challenges. And I wanted us to go back to the first question. Okay, there you go. This is where we are. Now we are given this conversion tables or conversion factor that we need to use. There is no way whereby you'll answer this question of converting the feet to the inches, or the feet to the meters, or the meters to the feet, or inches to the centimeters. Remember, it will always be given to us by the examiner. And then once you see this information, don't think it's just there to make life difficult for you, but no, it is there to help you to answer the questions. Now, based on what is given, they said to us, use the following information. 1 foot is equals to what? 0.3048 meters. And that's what we need to know. You need to have it in the back of your mind. And remember now, for me, because I'm using the slides, I must go up and down. But with you, it will be there way on the annexure. And then we say 1 foot is equals to 0.3048. And then 1 inch. 1 inch is equals to 2.54 centimeters. And then now they told us again to say 50 inch represents there. 50 feet there represents 50, as you can see with this icon there, 50 with a bit of a comma at the top there, it says 50 feet. Now we know that it is 50 feet. And where do we look at that? You'll see on your plan there, it's indicated. And then now we know that the 10 inch, this one, this 10, it will represent this one with double commas or whatever. We call it what? The 10 inches. And once we have this now, we know, okay, fine. It's easier for us now to do our calculation. Now let's go back to our question now. What does the question need? Question 2.2. We are done with question 2.1. Now question 2.2, it says the width of the clinic is 29 feet and 10 inches. So now what do we see here? It is 29 feet and 10 inches. Now it says convert the width to what? To meters. Where do we start now? We have to have everything into what? Into 1 unit. And which unit? It's meters. So that means we can start with this one, the one that is given to us, whereby we said 1 foot is equals to 0.3048. And then now from here, what are we having? We have 29 feet now. Then we are converting. 29 feet is equals to unknown, because that is what we are looking for. It is unknown. And then we quickly do what now? We do our cross multiplication now. We are converting the what? The feet into meters now, because they said here this is meters. Now we are quickly converting the feet to meters, and then as we are converting that one, and then the unknown there will be 0,3048. We multiply it by what? By 29. And remember, this feet, it has already cancelled, because what we said with the conversion factor, we put the like terms or the like units together, and then the unlike one, the one that does not have its partner, we put it on the other side. Now we continue with our calculation. Let's quickly do our calculation, but that is not the end of the question, boys and girls. Remember, it says the width of the clinic is 29 feet and 10 inches. So I started with doing what? I started by converting the 29 feet into what now? Into meters, because they want the answer to be in meters. So everything that you are doing, it must be in meters. So now let's quickly see. We say 29. You quickly take your calculator, 29, you multiply it by what? By 0,3048. You multiply the two, and then we get our answer to be what? Let me quickly write it here to say the 29 feet is equals to what? 8,839 what? Meters. Remember, we have converted. Since I don't have enough space here, that is why you see me writing the answer there, which is 8,8392 meters. Then now we are coming to the second part. So meaning this is the first part of our calculation. Now we are going to what? To the second part of our calculation. We need to convert the 10 feet now. Remember, with the 10 feet, what are we given? They said 1 inch, sorry, we need to convert the 10 inches now. They said to us 1 inch. 1 inch is equals to 2,54 centimeters. Now I need to convert what? The 10 inches now. 10 inch is equals to, and no. Now let's quickly do our cross multiplication. Now we say the unknown, it will be equals to what now? It will be 2,54 centimeters multiplied by 10. And then let's quickly do it. We say 10 multiplied by 2,54. And then we get our answer to be 25,4 what? Centimeters. And remember now, boys and girls, since the other one is in meters and the other one is in centimeters, that is not the end of our question. Let me see if I can get another space where I can quickly write the full answer now. From here, we need to convert this 25,4 centimeters. Now we must convert it into what now? Into meters. And then remember, we said when we do our conversion, if they can allow me, let me quickly do it here. We said kilometer, meter, centimeter, and millimeters. Always bear that in mind. Don't forget it, because you'll forever use this conversion factor. Then we said from kilometer to meter, we multiply by 1,000. And then from meter to centimeter, we multiply by 100. And then from centimeter to millimeter, we multiply by 10. Now what we want to do now, we want to convert now the centimeters, from the centimeters to the meters now. We are to divide by 100. Let's quickly now, we divide the 25,4 by 100 in order for us to get what now? To get the meters. Since I don't have enough space here, I don't know why I didn't leave enough space for myself to write this question. Let's quickly divide by 100, and then we have our answer here to be 0.254 meters. And remember, the width of the clinic, it is 29 feet and 10 inches. And then we said our 29 feet is equals to what? It's equals to 8, we said our 29 feet here, it is equals to 8,8392 meters. And then our 10 inch is equals to how many meters now? It's equals to 0.254 meters. And then they want the answer to be what now? We need to convert the width into meters. Now let's quickly add now. Let's quickly do it here and say now the width will be 8,8392 meters plus the 0.254 meters. Let's quickly do that and get the answer. Remember, always use a calculator, even if you know the answer off by head, but you have to use a calculator because it's very important. Now we say 0.254 plus 8,8392. And then we got our answer to be, our answer now, it is 9,0932 meters. So meaning when I am to write it here, let me quickly use it. Here's the space that I can see. We say now this 29 feet and 10 inches is exactly equals to 9,0932 meters. And then remember here they said convert the width to meters. They never said round it off or what. And even if we can round it off, we don't want to leave it as it is. Maybe we can just say now the answer is 9,1 meters. So meaning 29 inches and 10 feet is exactly equals to what? 9,1 meters. I hope you got it, boys and girls. Step number 1, you need to convert the inches or the feet to what? To the meters, because we're given the conversion factor. And then after that, you go to step number 2. Step number 2, now you convert the inches to what? To centimeters. From the centimeters, you convert it to the meters. And then you can add the 2. Or what you can do now, others I know they prefer maybe to convert the feet, but in this instance, others they prefer to convert the inches to the feet, and then they add the 2, they get the answer, then they convert the entire answer into what? Into meters. But in this instance, if we can check, they only said to us 1 foot is equals to 0.3048 meters, and then they said to us 1 inch is equals to 2,54 centimeters. So it means if the question comes, it says the width of the clinic is 29 feet and 10 inches, and then convert your answer to what? 2 meters. So you can just quickly say, okay, fine, since I know that the feet to meters, then I quickly do that. I convert the feet to the meters, and then I put it aside. Then I go to the next one. The next one, it says I need to convert the inches now to what? 2 centimeters, because the conversion factor that is given, it is in centimeters. Then I convert the feet, the inches into centimeters. Then I convert the centimeters to meters, because they said convert your answer or the total width into meters. So then I just quickly add the 2. I hope you got it, boys and girls, and that's where you normally lose marks. Make sure that you follow all the steps. Take your time as you are doing this calculation, because answers are there. You just need to do the interpretation and the conversion. Let's move on to the next one. Now, with this next one, boys and girls, we are told that the scale factor of the plane, calculate the scale factor. We need to calculate the scale factor of the plane if the length of the clinic, here's our length, it's given to us from here up to there. As you can see now, I don't know, I can't, yeah, here's the length. And then they told us that the length of the plane of the clinic is 50 feet. And remember our conversion factor again. It is 50 feet as indicated on the plane. And on the measurement on the plane is 135 millimeters. So now we know that 135 millimeters represents what? Represents the 50 feet. Now what do we need? It says express your answer, because now we are doing the scale factor now. Express your answer in a form of what? Of 1:2. Where do we start? We start by converting now the feet, because they said the answer must be in 1:2. And then we are given the feet now. And then now we say the feet as indicated there on the plane, and the measurement on the plane is 135 millimeters. And remember, when we do the scale, we say 1 on the plane represent certain units, where in reality. Now here we are given the calculate the length of the plane, calculate the scale of the plane if the length of the clinic is 50 feet. Now we need to convert this 50 feet. We need to convert the 50 feet into what now? Into centimeters, into meters. And then we said 50 feet, according to our conversion factor there, 1 foot, let me just write it here, 1 foot is equals to 0.3048. It is given to us. And then now, the second part now, we need to convert this into what now? Into meters. Here it becomes an unknown. And then quickly we use our calculator. We say 50 multiplied by what? We are doing the cross multiplication. This one, the feet will cancel here. And then we say 50 multiplied by 0.3048. 50 multiplied by 0.3048. I hope you are following, boys and girls. You are doing the calculations with me. And then we got our answer to be what now? Our answer is 15.24 meters. Now, boys and girls, we have 15.24 meters. Do we have any meters on our question here? No, we only have what now? The millimeters. So now we need to do what now? We need to convert now what? The 15.24 meters into what? Into millimeters. And then where do we start with? We start with our conversion factor. And then with our conversion factor, I will still go back there. We said from meters, it's kilometer, meter, centimeter, and millimeters. And then here we know we have to multiply by 1,000. We multiply by 100. We multiply by 1,000. And then here we multiply by what? By 10. Now, when we convert now from the 15.24 meters to millimeters, we have to multiply by what? We have to multiply by 10,000, because now how many? We have to multiply by 1,000. How many zeros do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. So now basically we say, okay, fine. Now the 15, because we are from the bigger unit to the smaller unit, we are multiplying. We say the 15, 24. Now we multiply it by 100, multiply it by 10. It's the same as multiplying it by 1000. 15,24, we multiply it by 100, we multiply it by 10. I'm just doing it for everyone to be clear now. And then here now, what are we having? We are having the 15,240 millimeters. Do we end there? No, boys and girls. What we are given, they gave us now the measurement, the plane measurement to be what? To be 135 millimeters. Now we go back to our way, the way we write the scale. Now we know that the 135 is the unit on the plane, the measurement on the plane, which will be 135 millimeters, and then is equals to now 15,240 millimeters. And then because we want to write our scale in a ratio of 1:2, and then now we divide here by 135. And remember, boys and girls, because now we are using the same units, there is no need to show the units when we write the scale. Now it will be 135 millimeters, so that we are just left with 1. We do the same this side, we are dividing by 135 millimeters. And then this one, they will cancel out. We are left with 1:2. Let's see now, 15,240, we divide it by 135, and then we get our answer to be 112,888,889. But can we really write it like that? Because they never said a convert, so you can leave it that way, because they just said to us, express your answer in a form of 1:2. So now if we can just maybe round it off to 2 decimal places, and then we just say our scale factor will be 1:112,89. That is our scale factor. But in this instance, what is important? They said express your answer in a form of 1:2. And here at the bottom, this is what exactly I have done. On this one, I have just rounded off. But remember, again, it's also important to check the instructions from the examiner to say, do I need to round off my answer to how many decimal places? Unless stated otherwise. So in this instance, it's not stated, and then I just write my scale as it is, 1:112,88889. So that is the scale that is given there. After we have done our calculation, we are able to convert the 50. Remember this side, this 50 inch, this 50 feet that you see here, it is the actual measurement. And then now they said to us, okay, fine, since the actual measurement is 50 feet, and then on the plane it's equals to what? 135 millimeters. That's where now you need to do what? Convert those inches to millimeters, and then you work with the same unit. And because we are not given the 50 feet into millimeters, what I have done, I've used my conversion table factor to say, okay, 1 feet is equal to 0,3048, and then 50 feet is equals to 15,24 meters. And then from there, I converted the meters into what? Into millimeters. And then from there now, I am doing what? My scale ratio to say now, 135 millimeters represents 15,240 millimeters in reality. And then now the scale, it says we must write the scale as 1:2. Then I divide by 135, and then I do the same on the right hand side as well. What you do on the left hand side, you must also do on the right hand side. I hope you got it correct, boys and girls. This is where you need to collect the marks. Remember, conversions are always there. When we are doing this paper 2 measurement, conversions are very important. Now, boys and girls, let's have a look at this one. It says, which one of the elevation plan is incorrect. Now let's have a look here. On this side, the elevation view A, what do we have? We have a double door with what? With a one window. And then do we have that this side? Here is our double door. This icon, it represents what? It represents the door. And then here is our one window. As we can see there, we have our door and our window. They say it's a view A. And then now when we go to view B, view B, it says we have a door and one window. Now looking at this one, I can see a window here, this icon here. I can see a window. I can see another window. And then according to our structure here, or according to our elevation plan, now they said to us, elevation view B, it is one door, which is this one, this single door, and one window. And according to this, at the business office, as you can see in the business office, I've got two windows. Then it means this one, it will fall off. Now let's go to elevation C, or view C. On a view C, how many windows do we have? View C, here's our one window, here's our second window, and then this one is correct. And now let's go to this one now. This one is elevation D, whereby we have two windows closer to each other. And according to our plan here, here's window 1 and there's the other window. Then that one is correct to be our view D. And then now coming to this side, look at this side. There's a window here and then there's a window there. So that means it says which one of the elevation plan is incorrect. So according to our structure here, this one is also correct. Here's the window here, and then there's the other window there. Now for the view C. Now according to this one, if we check the elevation view B, it is incorrect. So view B incorrect. Why are we saying it is incorrect? Because it has one door and two windows, and then on the plan it only shows one door and one window. That is why we say it is incorrect, because it doesn't show two windows, but it only shows one window. And when you do this, boys and girls, take your time. Look at the keynote given and the icons. Those icons, they will lead you to say, okay, this one is a door, this one is a window, the door is opening inside or it's opening outside. And then where there is dining or where there is a basin or a toilet, it does indicate. All those icons will be given to you on a keynote to say, fine, these ones, they represent this key aspect, they represent this on the plane. So now you just have to look, okay, fine, this one is double door, and then according to this, it is double door, and then one window, yes, one window. And then I go to the next one, view B, one door, yes, one door. How many windows? According to the plan, there are two windows, but here on the view, I only see one window. That makes it to be incorrect. I hope you are with me, boys and girls, on this question, because that's where you need to collect the marks. Here, it's just an interpretation. You interpret the layout of the layout and the elevation plan that is in front of you. Don't be in a hurry when you answer this, because you need to collect the marks. Now, let's go to the next question, boys and girls. Question 3. Now, here, it's a typical exam question of a layout plan. As you can see here, we are given the keyword. It says, back in Cape Town, the Isaacs family attended the Soul Sister concert at the Grand Arena at the Grand West Casino. Below is the layout plan of the arena, and us is to answer the questions that follow. Now, here is the stage. As you can see, the blocks, and remember what I said about the notes. Those notes are important for you to get the answers correctly. They have given us the note to say all the prices include VAT. And again, they've given us the key to say this one, this key The way you see this, it is representing what? This one with a scotch, it's representing the block G. Yes, it represents the block G. And then this one, it represents the block B, the block A, block B, block A, block B, block D, block E. And then, and also block J and H. And then now this one, the scotch one, it represents only the two blocks, which is block F and block C. Now let's have a look at this one. It says determine the number of blocks that a person could choose from if they want to pay less than 486 rand per ticket. Determine the number of blocks that a person could choose from if they want to pay less than 486 per person. Now you go back to your blocks. Now if you have a look here, it says 362 362 with this one, it says 362 to 485. And then this one, this icon number 2, it starts with what? 486 to 654. Now with this one, the question says determine the number now. The number that a person, the number of blocks that a person could choose from if they want to pay less than 486. Now let's go to this block number 1, whereby it is between 362 and 485. How many are they? It is block G and block K. So it means how many blocks? It is only 2 blocks. 2 blocks. This block G and block K. And the question said the number of blocks. They never said mention the blocks. They said the number. You just need to say 2 blocks. And then let's go to the next one. Write down one possible reason why block F. Write down one possible reason why block F's tickets are one of the most expensive ones on the arena. Boys and girls, you know, even when you go to the concert, or even when you go to the stadium or wherever, not even necessarily the soccer stadium, especially at the concert, where maybe DJ Black Coffee is playing, when you are closer to the stage, the block F, look at the block F. Here's our block F. And where's the stage? The stage is here. So when you are closer to the stage, then you pay more, because now it is the very closest that you can get to the artist who is performing. But if you are seated at block J, you are far. You are far. You won't see this artist as close as like the people who are where at the center there at block F. So now we say block F, it is the closest to the stage. That is the reason why it is the most expensive ticket, because it is the closest to the stage and you can see the artist at a close view, not like the ones who are sitting at block J where they're seeing the artist from far. It's very important, boys and girls, just to understand that. Looking at the next question, boys and girls, I hope you are still following me, because this is with this question, the layout plan, you just collect the marks. You interpret and then you collect the marks. They are there, they are given to you. The paper 2, I like it because all the answers are there. You just need to do what? Recall and apply the knowledge, what you have learned in class. Others, they just need you to use what? To use your own thinking. You know these things. You have been to the concert where the DJs have been playing. Now, let's have a look at the next question, 3.3. They selected the cheapest tickets in their respective blocks. Calculate their total cost if they booked as follows. Block B, where is our Block B? Here is our Block B. And then how much is the ticket for Block B? It's 486. Now, and then they also chose what? The Block K. And then now Block K, how much is it? Block K, here it is. And then this one, it is our B. So meaning here it's Block B. And then here it's Block K. And then now the question says they want to buy 3 tickets for Block B and 2 tickets for Block K. And then now we go back to our calculation. Now let's see. For Block B, how much is the ticket there? It is 486. So it will be 486 multiplied by 3. And then let's quickly use our friend calculator to get the answers correct. We need to be 100% correct, boys and girls, because the examiner now is doing what? Is penalizing. Sometimes you do the calculations in your head and then when you write, you happen to miss a digit. So we need to use our calculator to get the answer correct. Now it's 486. We multiply it by 3 because they said for Block B, it's 3 tickets. And then we got our answer to be 1,458. And then we go to the next one now. For Block K, where is Block K? Here's our Block K. And then how much is the ticket? For the Block K, it's 362. Now we say 362. We multiply it by what? By how many tickets? 2 tickets. We multiply it by 2. So we quickly say 362. We multiply it by 2. And then we get our answer to be 724. Now from the 724, remember now they said to us, calculate their total cost, not just a cost for 3 tickets and a cost for 2 tickets separately, but all in all the total. And now we are adding. Now we say the total cost will be 1,458 plus 724. And then we get our answer to be 2,182 rands. So that is the total cost of the tickets that they are going to buy. For 3 tickets for the Block B and 2 tickets for Block K, they will pay 2,187. Sorry, 2,182 rand. Can you see how simple it is, boys and girls, to get the answers? Here you just interpret what is in front of you. You look at the icons and then you allocate. Okay, you locate where's the icon. This one is there, and then you say, okay, fine. And then these ones, how many are there? You just count and then you go to the questions. Now you analyze the structure, the layout plan, and then you go to the answer. Let's move on, boys and girls. Annexure C, it's a Greensboro Collegium Ice Skating Rink Sitting Plan. Figure skating, figure 1 here, or the figure alongside, it's a figure skating is a very, figure skating is a very popular winter sport in America, where these guys are skating. They'll be wearing those roller skates or this ice skating shoes. And then Angelique is training to become a competitive figure skating. She performs regularly at Greensboro Collegium Ice Skating Rink in North Carolina, USA. Use Annexure C alongside, or maybe Annexure C alongside shows the sitting plan of the Greensboro Collegium Ice Skating Rink. Now you have a look. Here is the ice skating floor. This is where Angelique will be skating. And then this is the sitting plan, as you can see there, the way it is being arranged. And then now, where do we go now? Let's see our questions. And then before we can even go to our questions, how many zones do we have? Looking at this, they're telling us that they have zone A here. And then how do you know it's A? It's indicated. They wrote here A. Meaning even when you buy a ticket, they say your seat is seat number 4, or seat number is 4 in zone A. And then you must look for zone A, where it will be written on the side. You say, oh, yes, A, and then they said seat number 4, then I count 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where I am supposed to be sitting, based on the floor plan, or based on the sitting plan in the stadium, in the Collegium. Now, let's see. We have zone A. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 seats for zone A. And then you go to zone B. Zone B is also indicated there right around. And then as you can see, zone A, it only ends here. It starts from here, right? It is it's 3 seats, or maybe the seats right in front of the skating rink. So now, if it is the front, the front seat, the skating rink, then now it's very close. And then as you can see here, there are seats for the block A. For zone A, there are seats there. But this side, are there any seats? Are there any seats for zone A? No, there are no seats. But with zone B, now looking at this one, zone B, it goes right around, meaning even this side, because these seats, they continue. As you can see, these seats also belong to zone B. This one from 197 up to 127, or you can say from 127 up to 197. They all belong to zone B. And then zone C. Now let's have a look. Zone C, it's not clear, but I hope you can see. Zone C, it's here, right where it is dark here. This is where our zone C is, right around this middle floor seats. It is our zone C. And then now you go again, you locate, okay, zone D. Zone D, it's here, right here, as it's indicated. And then zone E, it's on the side. So meaning this, it's a plane, the sitting plane of the ice skating rink, or the Collegium ice skating rink. Now let's have a look at our questions now. It says use annexure C to answer the questions that follow. Write down the number of zones shown on the sitting plane of the ice skating rink. We said how many zones we have. Zone A, we have zone B, zone C, zone D, zone E, meaning the number of zones is 5, because we have counted 5 zones. And it's so simple, because they're there, they're indicated. You don't need to think about it. The answers are there. And then now let's go to the next question now. It says identify the zone that has the least seats. And remember, when I started, we counted. Not necessarily we counted the seats, but we identified the seats, especially the seats from zone A up to zone E. And then for zone A, we counted how many seats? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for zone A. And then for zone B, just by what is indicated in front of us, zone B, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then it will go to 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 for zone B. And then for zone C, it's so dark, I'm struggling to see for zone C, you'll pardon me, but here is zone C. But as you can see, it's a bit unclear here. Okay, fine. But with you, remember, you will get a map or a sitting plan that is very clear. You'll see all the information. But just by merely looking at this floor plan, or by merely looking at this sitting plan, you can tell these seats are more than these ones. But for zone B, you can also tell, because zone B, it goes right around. And then for zone E, look at zone E. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then you go again this side. It will be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That will be for zone E. And then for zone D, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That is what? That is for zone D. Now, question says identify the zone that has the least seed. That qualifies to be zone A, because we only counted how many blocks, we only counted how many seats, we only counted 11 seats from what? From the sitting plane. Zone A, because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then this side, it's not indicated. There are no seats that are similar for zone A. So zone A, it is the one that has got the least seats. Now, let's move on, boys and girls. I hope you are still following. This is where you need to collect the marks. Determine the zone to which the block numbers 107 to 101 to 107 belong to. Now we have to locate 107. Here is 107. There is 107. I can see 105. Okay, 107, 106, 105, 104, 103, 102, 101. So they say from here, from 101 up until 107. Where do they belong? Determine the zone which the block numbers 101 to 107 belong to. Now looking at this, they belong to where? They are next to this one, block B, zone B. As you can see, they are right around like the zone B. So it means the answer is zone B, just by identifying the seats to say, okay, 101 to 107, which block do they belong to? So meaning they belong to the same floor as what? As zone B. Then you get your 2 marks. That is what I'm saying here. You are just collecting the marks because all the information is right in front of you. Now let's go to question 4.4. It says, calculate the total number of blocks in zone A and zone B. Now let's go back to our question, to our sitting plan. Now we say zone A. Now for zone A, let's see how many blocks do we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So for zone A, not zone 10, pardon me, it's not 10, but it's zone A, it is 11 blocks. And then now let's see for zone B now. Zone B, let's count the number of seats. Let's start here. It will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And then I have counted 32. So now the question says calculate the total number. So now we say the total number of blocks will be what? Will be 11 plus 32, meaning 11 plus 32, we get our answer to be 43 blocks. Boys and girls, as you can see, this is very simple because you are interpreting what is in front of you. You don't even need to scratch your head because the answers are right in front of you. You just analyze the sitting plan and then you get the answers. Now let's continue, boys and girls. Question 4.5. Give one reason why you think zone D, here is our zone D. Zone D, this side and even that side, you can see. Why is zone D tickets are the cheapest? Give one reason why you think Zone D tickets are the cheapest. Remember in that question, the first one, the question 3 that we did, what did we say about the seat or the stand or the block that is in front of the stage, the seats that are right in front of the stage? We said they are the most expensive ones because you get to be too close to what? To the artist. Now, with this one, the sitting, with this one of the ice skating collegium, now, when you look at Zone D, Zone D is the furthest. Look where the floor is, where the ice skating rink is. It's here. And then how many rows in front of you? We have the Zone A, we have the Zone B, Zone C, and then there you are, Zone D. When you're at the stadium, those people who are sitting at the bottom next to the pitch, they can see the players live. But those who are sitting up there, they will see the players this small because now they'll be reduced because of the height. If you are further, then you will see these people at the very, meaning they'll be very small because now the distance it will be very high, or maybe yes, the height will be very high, and then those who are sitting right at the bottom here in front of what of the stadium, these chairs that are right next to the stadium, and then next to the pitch, those ones they can see the players at a close range. So now we say Zone D, it is the cheapest because it is what? The furthest seat or zone. Why it is the cheapest? Because it is the furthest seat or zone, furthest seat or zone from where? From the ice, from the ice skating, from the ice skating rink. So meaning they are the furthest from here to there. Here's the ice skating rink, and then here are the seats, meaning they are the furthest. That is why it is the cheapest ticket. It's not like these ones who are sitting at Zone A. Zone A, they are very closer to the ice skating rink. I hope you are following, boys and girls. You need to collect those marks. Now, before we can start with question 5, let's take a minute break and go and drink water. And then when we come back now, we continue with our sitting plan in a plane. And this question is so famous. You'll find it everywhere. Most of the question papers, they have it. Let's take a minute break and then we'll come back. Welcome back, boys and girls. I hope we have drank some water and then you are back now to do this question with us. Like I said, this is the famous question. When I was preparing this, I was going through a number of question papers. Almost each and every single province, it has this similar type of a question. So meaning it makes it to be famous. Now let's see here. It says, shown in Annexure A alongside is the economy class seating plan of a plane flight. Use the sitting plan in Annexure A to answer the following questions. Before you can even go to the questions, you need to analyze what now? Your sitting plan. Here they tell you this is the front, and then here this is the back. And then as you can see, there are the exits. At the back, there are 2 exits here, and then even at the front, there are 2 exits. And then they are telling you that these ones, they are the economy seats. As you can see, the bed seat, we have the bed seat, the good seat, we have the bed seat, and then we have the standard seat, and then the emergency exit, and then we also have the galley where you are able to make coffee or where you are able to order coffee from, and then we have the toilets or the lavatory. So you just analyze what is in front of you. Now let's go to the questions now. And as you can see again, there is seat seat A here in block, seat number 29 in block A, and then seat number 29 in block K. Why these ones, they are the bed seat? Why are they calling them the bed seat now? It's because they are next to what? Next to the emergencies exit. They are not far from there. That is why they call them the bed seat. So as you can see here, there, and then now even these ones at the back there. So now, remember, when you want to sit nicely, you have to check, where am I sitting? Here, it is next to where there are coffee machines. Can I really sit comfortably where there are coffee machines? Because everyone, or maybe the flight attendants, they'll be passing there, going and making the coffee right next to me. That is why they call it a bed seat. But we are not there. And then the good seat now, the standard seats are these ones in the middle. You're just comfortable there. And then now the good seat, where the good seats? The good seats are here, right in front. You're just relaxed there, right in front, because there's no lot of movement there. It's only the exit on the left hand side, and also on the right hand side. So there's nothing much in front of you, and it's right in front of the plane. And then these ones, they are right at the back of the plane where there are coffee galley. Now let's check. It says determine the total number of seats in economy class. Now, let's have a look. Where is the economy class now? According to this one, they said to us, this is the standard seat. And then the sitting plan, now the good seat and the bed seat. And then now they say determine the total number of seats in the economy class. And when we go back here, just a minute. Here it says, shown in Annexure A alongside is the economy class sitting plan of a plane flight. So meaning it is an economy class sitting plane. So the whole of this, it is an economy class, not only selected seats, but all the seats. Now, what is the question saying now? Determine the total number of seats in the economy class. Now, where do we start? We start by counting now the number of seats. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102. So how many seats do we have? 102. Boys and girls, you need to count each and every single seat step by step. Don't skip. Don't say, okay, fine, row number 1 or maybe row number 20. How many seats is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you quickly go to the calculator. With this one, I prefer that you do it manually so that you can become as accurate as possible. Now, let's go to this one now. Give one possible reason why the seat in row 20 might be preferred to the rest of the seat. Now, where is row 20? Here is row 20. Remember what I said. They said number 1, row 20, those are the good seats. Why are they good seats? There is no movement in front of them. So meaning they are so relaxed. There is no one passing in front of them, because now when you are in a plane, you can't be going up and down and say, excuse me, I want to go there or there. So you just sit and it's right in front. They are the front seat. So when you're sitting in front, there's no any other person right in front of you, and then there's no lot of movement there because you are right in front. So again, they say give one possible reason. We say it is a good seat, and then again it is a front seat and no movement, no lot of movement. Any reason that you can come up with, just say, okay, fine, I'm sitting in front, there is no disturbance, there's no lot of movement, I'm just relaxed. That is why they say it is a good seat. And again, you are able to stretch your leg because it's in front, there's nothing in front of you. So it's one of the reasons you are able to stretch your legs. You are not like sitting, when you're sitting on a chair and then there is another seat in front of you, you have to bend your knees like this. But with this one, you are so relaxed, you are able to relax your legs in a front seat on row 20 because there are no chairs in front. That one can also be a good reason as to why it is the best seat. Now it says, when a plane has landed, question 5.3, when a plane has landed and it is safe to disembark, which would be the nearest emergency exit to a person sitting in seat 27F. Where is 27F? We locate. Here is 27, and then where is F? It's here. Now, which one is the most, or which one is the nearest exit for them? So they can use this exit because from here, they can just go like this. They stand up, and then after standing up, they turn to their right, and then on the aisle, then they go down where on the southern side, remember with our compass direction, never ever smoke weed. And then now they stand up, and then they turn to the east, and then from the east. But on this instance, they never said give directions, but they just say which exit will be the nearest for the person sitting here at row 27, seat number F. So it will be the exit at the back. Exit at the back. That will be the nearest one, because now when you look at this, they just move here, they go down there, and then here is the exit. Unlike if they can just go out on the western side, maybe when they stand up and then they turn to the western side, and then they go up there, look at the distance, and then they want to use this exit. Going to the front of the plane, it's far, unlike going to the back of the plane to use that exit. So exit at the back is the nearest for the person sitting at seat 27F. Now it says, identify one disadvantage of sitting at the back of the plane. Now when you're at the back of the plane, everyone who wants to go to the galley here, if they want to go to the galley, because you are right at the back here, here you are, this seats, that's where you are at the back of the plane. You are sitting there. And then now, if a person wants to go to the galley now, they will have to, maybe they are moving from here, they go back there, they come here. And then they'll pass by you, they will say, excuse me, they pass. And then everyone, even the ones who are sitting right in front, they have to walk down from the front to where? To the galley. So now there will be a lot of movement, or they will disturb you when you are at the back of the plane. So because you are sitting next to what? It is a disadvantage because you'll be sitting next to the galley. So you can just think of any reason. If we are at the back, then people who wants to come to the galley here, they all have to pass by you. They all have to pass by you. Even those who are maybe, okay, fine. When we are sitting, the only advantage when you are sitting at the back, it's when the plane has landed and then you want to disembark. When you want to disembark, and then you use what now? The exit at the back. You are very close to the exit. But otherwise, sitting at the back where there are coffee machines, where there are people who will be going, moving, pass by you and then going, because as you can see, where are those galleys? They are right at the back of you. So they might spill coffee on you, or there might be any what we can call it, there might be any casualties there because of the coffee machines. So anything can happen when you're sitting at the back of the plane. So it's not as safe, or it's not as comfortable as the ones who are sitting in front. Now it says, give a reason why this sitting plane cannot be used to determine the length and the width of the economy class of the plane. We cannot determine. Remember here, this sitting plane, it only shows us what? The seats, the layout. It doesn't show us the front of the plane, and then it doesn't show us the back of the plane. And remember now, with the plane in front, there's an engine. Even at the back, there are wings and so on. So we can't determine the length of the plane, and even the size of the seats, it's not the same, because now there are those who are big, like the front ones where they said it's good seat. Those ones, as you can see, they are more spacious and then than the rest. And then even the ones at the back there. So now there are exits here, like here. Remember we said there are galleys. So now this sitting plane, we can't say the plane starts here and then up to there, and then this is only the width of the plane. No, we are unable to do so, because now remember, with the plane, if I may just draw it quickly, the plane, it's more of like this. This is where the driver of the plane sits here, and then here it is the back, and then at the back there are wings of the plane, so meaning, and the tail as well of the plane. So now even here there are wings. So can we really be able to determine? I know my picture or my drawing is so horrible, but as we can see, like I said here, this is where the driver is, and then here, this is where maybe the engine of the plane is, I don't know, or where they store the luggage, and then the wings of the plane are there. I know my drawing, I always tell my kids that I know I'm very horrible when it comes to drawing. I better explain, not draw, because my drawings are very horrible. So here, this is the wings, and then of the plane, and then here's the back of the plane, and then now even here is the wings, and then this is where the drivers are, and then we only sit here. The sitting plane, it's right in the middle. This is where we are. So now we are unable to determine what? We are unable to determine the length of the plane as well as the width of the plane, because it only shows us what? The elevation here on the sitting plane. We only see the inner part of the plane where we'll be sitting, and then Now we don't see the rest, the outer part of the plane. Remember, we are focusing on the elevation and the sitting plane. Boys and girls, I would love to continue because I still have a lot of questions to do. But I hope you have learned a lot today and you'll be able to remember everything that we have done. Last week, when we were busy, we started with what? We started with the maps and scale. We're using the scale and we're reading the map. And now this time we are busy doing what? The sitting plans and the elevation plans. And my co-presenter Nikki, thank you very much, my colleague, for doing justice, explaining all the terminologies that we're using in the elevation plane and also on the sitting plane and the floor plane. Once you understand those, it's very simple. As you can see, this question, it's similar to what we did last week. It was just a continuation of the route map. Last week, we did the provincial map, we did the strip map, we did the street map, and then now with the scales, and now we're focusing on the elevation planes and also the sitting plane in different types of sitting. And also we're focusing on the elevation, the layout plane of the mall, the layout plan of the school, of the stadium, the sitting plan on the stadium, the sitting plan in the plane. So that's where our focus was. But I hope you have learned a lot, boys and girls. This is where you need to collect the marks when it comes to maps and plans and other representations, because all the information that you needed to know, it's in front of you. What you needed to do, it was to interpret, look at the scale that is given, and remember, you always need to use what? Your ruler. And with the ruler, there's no way you'll go wrong. If they say measure the length, you just take your ruler, you place it where? On the map, and then after placing it on the map, you're able to count. As you can see, this ruler, it has the centimeters and the millimeters. Now we know with the millimeters, there are 10 segments, 10 equal segments. And then they even tell you that 1 centimeter is equals to what? 10 millimeters on the ruler. And when we do the scale, when we draw the scale, we use the ruler because we are drawing on the map. We are drawing on the paper. And then when we continue now, when we do the actual parts now, we'll be using what? Now we'll be converting what we set on the plane, the units of measurement on the plane. Now we are converting them to the real one. As we say on our scale, 1 unit on the map represents a certain number of units, where in reality it becomes 10 times bigger or 10 times smaller. It depends. If it is 10 times bigger on the plane, like an end, it can be 20 or 10:1, meaning 20 millimeters on the plane represent 1 meter, 1 millimeter or 1 meter, where in reality. So you need to understand the scale. From there, you interpret the map, you give directions using the compass direction, and then you remember, okay, find compass direction. Never, ever will forever be on your right hand side, and then smoke. Wheat will always be where? On the eastern side, which is your left hand side. And remember, in the exam, you just need to turn your map based on the true north. And even when you do the elevations, you look at the at the elevation view that is given and say, oh, okay, fine. According to the elevation view, I match it with what I see on the plane, and then I'm able to say, okay, based on the icons, this is where I'm supposed to look for the windows, the doors, and so on. And you are able to make a conclusion based on what you see. Boys and girls, it was nice having this session with you. I hope you have learned a lot, and I hope you're going to nail it. Paper 2, it's waiting for you in the finals. Just go freely, move, sail freely on the paper 2, because there are no challenges. You need to collect as many marks as possible in paper 2, especially with measurement, with maps and plans and other representations. That one is the easiest topic. And I know next week we'll be busy now doing what? We'll be busy with the measurement now, whereby we'll be calculating the areas, the volume, the perimeter, and so on. And then you just augment. Remember, the maps and plans we said is 35%, whereas the other one, it's what? It is 65%. 5%, and then when you add, 60% and for the measurement, and then 35% for the maps and plans and other representation, and then you said 5% is for what? It's for probability. I hope you have learned a lot in this session of paper 2, and you'll nail it. Remember, when you get home, you are still able to access this video at the comfort of your home. You can just log into My Pocket School, and then you click there. It will say live streaming starts soon, and then you do the fast forward quickly, and then the live streaming will start playing. You can do that at the comfort of your home, because you'll be having a teacher at your home. So good luck, boys and girls. I hope you have learned a lot. Hope to see you next time. All the best for your finals. Bye bye. See you next time.